Hello everyone, I'm back for the next big storyline mission. I do not remember which episode this is, so I'm not even gonna bother saying. So I figure it out when I'm editing it. Alright, so... I've had all this looked at. Get help to build the signal interceptor. Not sure who to talk to. I've decided I want to remain neutral on that, honestly, but... I don't know how. I don't think that I can. So we'll go to Sanctuary, have them build it since they're the most neutral faction. And I don't want the Brotherhood getting in yet because, well, they'll probably do stupid shit and kill everyone, because that's what they do. But maybe that'll be a good thing. We'll find out. I don't know yet. So this is a very big part of the story. We're about to get into the Institute. And yes, I am diving right into that. Going. Just going. You know, that's it. We're just going. Just gonna go and not stop. Hit hard. See, now we're just waiting for this to go. So, yeah. Alright, so... let's see if I have any options to build it. No.
You've got to help. They've kidnapped my friend.
Who kidnapped her?
They said they'd be back for the ransom in a few days. If I don't pay up, they'll kill her.
I can't do this
But
mission
I don't have
again.
that kind of money.
Ah, whatever.
Here's the ransom. Pay them when they come back.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I just hope I can trust those raiders to keep their promise.
God damn it. I don't want to talk to Preston about this. I just want to get that main mission done.
What do you need, General?
All you need to know is there's a machine that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business.
My thoughts exactly.
Even for them. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix.
Alright, well, I just might. So hopefully he can and will build this. It'd be quite disappointing if he was not able to. So...
I'll try to make myself useful.
good.
No one wants to see
Or else I'll kill you.
a man feeling sorry.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Do you think you can build this?
Wow. What a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Okay, so let us build. Oh, cool, I can already build it. Alright, so build it right over here in this really secure area. Okay. That was easy, actually. That part was. I really shouldn't be walking around in the power armor. It's just gonna waste the battery and everything.
Don't take offense to Marcy. She's working through the lawsuit.
Hey, Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Sure.
Yeah, ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Okay.
I'd better get started.
Okay, one thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Wonderful. So I have a sensor module, I think. Artillery. Console. Oh, I fucked that up. Alright. So what am I missing? I'm not missing anything. Right. Okay, so if I do that, it fucks up everything. Alright, now we need power. Lots of it. Okay, that's awesome. It's working! Powered up the signal interceptor. that bit. We need more power. Let there be more power.
Just gotta make sure we've got enough power.
Oh, I think we do. Oh yeah. We definitely have enough power.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Shouldn't we test it first?
I wish we could, but we've only got the one frequency code. There's no way to test it without actually jacking into the Institute signal. And as soon as we do that, we've used our one and only chance. As soon as the Institute figures out what we did, and I gotta believe those brainiacs won't be caught napping twice, that code we've got is useless.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, I need to grab
I'll
my
keep tuning
stuff.
this baby. Although we won't know if it's gonna work until we actually try it.
Alright, I need to grab my power armor specifically. And then we're ready. We're ready to go on an amazing journey.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
You sure?
Haha!
Okay. Your part is simple.
Wonderful.
Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
Alright, I know it goes through the classical radio.
Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest.
Oh god, this is exciting. Sparky, but exciting.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning
Sure.
for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Whoa. Here we go. Oh god, don't even take my companion in. I did it. I'm in. And it's empty. It's actually really empty.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
You know what? I'm going to wait to put the inside job thing in. I like the sound of his voice. Oh shit, that's high tech.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Well then.
Welcome to the Institute.
Show me. Oh wow.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Oh.
No use. Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun, I've been looking for you for so long.
Who are you?
Shaun, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Shaun, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, shh. It'll be okay, Shaun. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
That kind of takes away from it.
S923, recall code Cirrus.
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated.
He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges.
Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Shaun.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me.
I think that was a little glitch.
I am Shaun.
Wait, what?
I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun
you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am, raised by the Institute, and now
Called
its
it.
leader.
Hell of a story. But I guess it does make sense.
I'm glad you're willing to accept the truth. It's quite encouraging. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course, but it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Shaun. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
After what I've seen, I pity the man. He was as much a victim as anything.
After what he did to you, I'm shocked you would be so generous. But yes, I understand you've experienced things. Perhaps you ended up knowing him better. I, for one, will never truly forgive him. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
You don't remember. You didn't see it the way I did. It was brutal.
Yes, I'm sure it was. Sadly, the world has become a brutal, unforgiving place. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation And that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
So I was right when I said your son leads the institution, or I guess my son.
Is all that really necessary? What's there to learn?
For now, it is enough that you understand that the Institute really is devoted to the betterment of humanity. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Okay, so I don't want to just leave this here. So the whole time I was correct with my original thought. Oh wow. How I thought that Shaun would lead the Institute. Though I did believe the Institute were the bad guys. Now it is seeming that the Institute might not be the bad guys. But I guess I can't truly know that. Huh. Okay. Can't click on that one, and I'm not too interested in the rest at the moment. But this is so cool. I'm so glad there isn't some shitty color filter on this, too. So is there a local map? Yeah. I don't know why, but this makes me think of the Normandy from Mass Effect. Maybe it's the music.
Almost done. It's an honor to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's a third primary drive breakdown.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't
I don't
kidding.
know.
You really are
Most
here.
of them have lasted
Well, all
long
right.
past their projected
I'm
lifespans.
Allie
If you ask
Fillmore.
me,
You can
They
think
were
of me
built
as the
pretty well.
Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here, not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Wonder if I could break shit.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. I can't argue with that. Even so,
Oh,
I'm ready
I
to
know.
see the full Gen 3.
Greetings.
There we go.
As the Institute's
All set.
requisition vendor,
Unit, you
I can
come
provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you
Of
today?
course.
What can I requisition?
I have access to a modest selection of arms, armor, and other items approved for use in field missions.
Oh,
I've got a few minutes to browse.
what kind of stuff do we got? Jesus Christ, that doesn't have that high a damage, actually. That has some okay damage. That I want. See, what do you have for armor? Huh. Interesting. So they actually don't have that much.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
I bet.
Reporting status.
So
All
that's...
functions normal.
I want that armor. Yes. Huh. So I wonder what choices I'm going to be presented with the Institute and what I do to them. I'm not sure what I will do.
Dr.
yet.
Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing results.
Huh.
I wonder how they
Synthetic
do it.
gorillas?
Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive
Welcome.
for so long.
So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
So wait, where is... Okay, so it is directly underneath CIT still. And there's only one department head left.
Director Holdren seems very taken with you.
Maybe more than one. I'ma steal your things. God damn, this is cool. I'm really liking the Institute. They're probably gonna have me with a mission that's like, kill everyone on the surface so that we can see new life or some shit like that, though. Because that's how Fallout works. It's always something like that.
Is it true food supplement 77 has been discontinued?
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
That was my favorite one.
Ah, it's so pretty. See, I like the interior design of this.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Doctor.
Hmm? Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, a lot of us do that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
But will she shoot me?
Well, that was productive.
Agreed. Agreed, but very...
Rush work is sloppy at best, and deadly at worst.
Huh. So I wonder if I can get a really good Institute rifle that does better than my normal rifle that I have right now.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
I get the impression you don't want me here.
What I want, in this case, is largely irrelevant. Father gave his orders. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Well, I am the little shit's dad.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Huh. Dr. Lee? Wait a minute. Madison Lee, as in Dr. Lee from Rivet City? There's no way. Oh my god, that is really cool if that's the case. The design of this place is awesome. Very futuristic and...
reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time. And the
futuristic and sleek.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he?
Nothing to report, sir.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads
You're
together.
here. Glad you made it.
Pardon me, sir.
Targeting package upgrades I asked for.
It's just
Maybe I
remarkable.
should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Okay, well... Those are cameras of the wasteland. Huh, so... They build the synths, but they don't treat them like people. More like slaves.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies.
So... Is each one of those a full block, or just... one? Just one. Courser uniform. Have 45 shielding. Huh.
I know it'll be a difficult
So...
adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because... yeah... I've got Nick. Shit, what was I supposed to play? Network scanner holotape. Oh, shit. I'm supposed to put that on one of their computers. I think. Yeah. Alright. Well, we did it.
Scanning unknown identity.
We made it.
Clearance confirmed.
We made it.
Scanning. Subject identified.
We made it into the Institute. Sith retention. Synth, I mean.
I hope
All right,
I
well.
have a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
I have to admit, the third-generation sensor.
Oh, now I need to decide if I want to use their weapons or mine.
Hi there.
Hi.
I have a variety of items that should prove useful in your surface missions.
Let's see what you got.
That's some low ass damage. That's some high ass damage. Okay, so let's see what he'll buy from me. Or at least what's worth selling. I'll trade him that. No, I'm gonna regret that probably. I need to keep a laser weapon. It's not that. Not theirs, I mean. Oh. I could get rid of all these. I want that. I want that. Alright, I'm over by 100, so... Wait, which weapon did I pick? Okay. Confirm trade. Completely switching up my weapons. Wait, how's that better? Oh, it's just a helmet. Huh. Oh. That's actually really damn good, I think. Okay, well, there's the deals. So...
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software,
If you encounter
do
a
so
hazardous chemical
after this
spill,
meeting.
please alert the
last
facilities
thing we
division
need
immediately.
is more synths
God, they're
bumping into
fucking weird.
All right.
Operating at full capacity.
Like, they're not people, but... they are something.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
I mean, I'm his dad, so... This is the staircase I originally came down from. So we'll go up it. so weird. The dad is younger than the son.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Oh, damn. These moral choices. Is there Institute power armor? Because that would be amazing. Okay, so the Institute and the Brotherhood are obviously not going to get along. Hell, everyone hates the Institute. So, let's take that tape back to Sanctuary and just see what they say. You know, I'm on the edge of a couple different opinions right now, and I'm not sure what's right. Oh, fuck, that's weird. Alright, we don't need this power armor right now. Oh, wrong button. Oh, hi, Piper. It's just gonna drop out in the middle of nowhere, eh?
Chance we could try and keep a stray bullet out of my obituary?
Nah. Alright, so this plasma sniper is gonna get modified.
This is really coming together, huh? I can't take all the credit.
Gonna try something. Where is it? There we go. Okay. I don't think that did what I was expecting, but, alright. I could get that up to 50 damage. Tactical plasma rifle. I could get this up to 67 damage. And all I need is a science rank of 4. Alright, so we'll get that science rank up to 4 and we will do that. So...
Can it wait?
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Always on good behavior, aren't you?
You always pry this much into the motives of your traveling partners?
Just the ones I find particularly interesting. I appreciate it. Too few folks can be bothered. Of course, in my experience, if you want to do real good, playing nice only gets you so far. I mean, look at Diamond City. A place I've been trying to warn of real danger. But every issue I publish, all I hear is, "Oh, Piper, why don't you ever publish anything happy? Piper, why can't you write something nice for a change?" It's enough to make me want to hang up my hat some days.
Is Diamond City really in danger? It's not like there's raiders pounding on the gate.
Are you kidding me? There is a very real chance the city leadership has been infiltrated by an Institute synth. A synth under the control of an organization widely known to kidnap or murder anyone that stands up to them. I'd take raiders at the gate any day of the week over that. Of course, making sure folks are actually listening. That's a battle in itself.
Why not just give people what they want?
What they want? I'm trying to give people what they deserve. The truth. Sure, it can be scary, knowing what's really out there. A night doesn't go by I'm not afraid some Institute drone will decide today's the day to pay old Piper and family a visit. But it's worth it, because I know the truth. That's what protects us.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. How can you protect you and yours if you don't know what you're facing?
Exactly. Most folks, though, they'd prefer a comforting lie. Not me. I've seen firsthand what the truth can do. My sister and I, we grew up way out in the Commonwealth. Tiny little settlement. Our dad, he was part of the local militia. Keeping the raiders off our backs and the mirelurks out of our latrines, as he'd describe it. Well, one day, our dad turns up dead. His captain, asshole named Mayburn, claims raiders must have gotten him on watch. Well, I didn't buy it. I start making inquiries. Turns out, the captain, he'd sold out. Thought he wasn't getting paid enough to babysit the town. He was gonna leave the gates open one night. Let a group of raiders sack the place and take a cut of the profits. My dad found out and was gonna turn Mayburn in, but Mayburn got to him first. And I wasn't about to let that bastard get away with murder. I tried talking to the mayor, but he wouldn't listen. So, I papered the entire town in posters. Wanted for gross dereliction of duty, Captain Mayburn. The mayor sure wanted to talk after that. The town threw Mayburn out on his ass and were dug in when a very surprised group of raiders finally showed.
Piper, you saved those people.
No. Those people saved themselves. Because they knew the truth. But hey, I'm sorry if I've been rambling. I just get fired up sometimes. It's just nice to talk to someone who actually seems to get it, you know? So, should we head out?
Alright. So we're gonna bump that intelligence. No, never mind. Damn. Can't do that yet. Alright, so let's see, what else can we do? That'll come in handy. So, we have this mission to do next. Yeah. That's been an hour, so that's the end of this episode. Thank you for watching, and be ready for the next one tomorrow. Have a nice day.